Okay, well, we'll see how this research project will also then exactly work. Steam core, or did it mean the infirmary will cost that? Anyways. No roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We'd better do something about it. You'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 30 people. I'll try to do that then. But the sick issue is the first thing that I have to worry about. After that, I can worry about this. And after all, I don't have to have both of these or 3 medical posts if I would have the infirmary, because at least it would be able to take care of also the gravely ill. At least, I hope so. Okay, well. Yay, our little lovely automaton. I love the fact that we have an automaton, though. At least we have plenty of coal, but as such, I guess I should maybe increase the coal consumption, or actually temperature overlay here. We could very well go for the overdrive. When overdrive is on, the temperature is all heat zones rises by 1 level, but generator stress rises as well. But I wonder kind of, does it mean that if we are on overdrive, will it never go back down? Let's try it out for a moment. If we go a little bit with this, and then we change it, but okay, they have returned. And I think you guys then just can start heading this way. There's no other places we could exactly go even yet, which is kind of strange maybe. But all the way to the winter balloon, which will take a while, of course, for you to actually try to travel all the way there. I do have to say that it's a little bit of a problem when I guess all that are again on treatment are already gravely injured. I would like it to be different, but it doesn't seem to be so. So much that I would have to be able to do. So little time, and the infirmary takes time to be able to done and do and everything. So yeah. Can I do another one of these medical posts for the moment? Just for the moment, that is. Not exactly here, unfortunately. There's not enough space for it. I don't, on the other hand, like the idea of building it all the way over here. You know. 2 of our people died again. This definitely isn't the best situation. I just pray we get by, nothing more, nothing less. I know. Well, time to get out of bed and back into the fray. Too many people dying. Obviously. Well, I would like to really get this thing researched so that we could at least try to get that. A lot of discontent, a lot of less hope. At least the infirmary would be researched, but it's just a different thing if I can build it and how big it is and so on and forth. It is a bigger structure, but I should be able to still place it here. So that's good. So please go and dismantle this quickly so we can place actually this building here, which would actually be able to do what it needs to do. And let's just make sure this gets taken down first and the infirmary started, I think. And to be honest, well, no, I won't start that at least yet, taking that down. I probably should have taken this preferably down first though, because I think that would be the more nice place for the infirmary. But yeah, this is gonna be built here. Then something is gonna be built there different than the medical post in the faraway future, but not yet. And you, of course, that was the last team core, obviously enough. Let's do the hothouse insulation, for example. It's definitely good, because we need a lot more food. Like, just a little bit. Just a little bit more food that we require. And more people dying in the meantime. Wonder how many people I've already lost. 19 buried and 1 died before we had the cemetery, so 20 deaths already. which is lovely. Absolutely perfect. Okay. There's a lot of actually workplaces here for the engineers, to be honest. Oh, actually no. 44 were available, but I don't need that many there, so that's totally fine then. So at least we would have the infirmary to try to be taking care of people now, but it's not great, of course, by any means. At least it can also take care of the very gravely injured. A lot of people going to the treatment. About 2 days, about 2 days, about 2 days. Everyone taking quite a while to actually get better, which sounds great. At least it's quite a lot of more people who can actually fit into here, because after all in the medical facility it's only 5 people. Here it's 10, well, 5 people, right, as patients, which is definitely not the best. About a day. They are getting better a lot quicker, especially some who aren't gravely injured, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, now one is even hungry. Okay, do tell. Cemetery, a child's plea. Captain, we found a boy frozen to the bone in the cemetery next to a fresh grave. He must have been there for hours. He wants you to call an emergency meeting. He says that if you agree, his mother will wake up to attend it. Hope will fall slightly because he must face his loss. We are going really low on hope now because we have had so many deaths. After all, so many deaths. Way too many deaths. At least the insulation will help because we can actually get some more food here. Not great, but it will be able to help the situation nonetheless. And at least this is actually able to cure people. All the gravely ill, I would be happy enough to just go into here and be taken care of, and these should be able to take care of all the other people that need treatment. Oh, we were still in the overdrive, weren't we? Well, let's take that off from the overdrive, I'd say, for the moment, and at least should be then pretty farm, I guess. Which is okay, I assume, but otherwise not exactly sure it's the best choice. But I'm not sure if this will ever go down. That was the thing that I wanted to actually have a look into. But hothouse has a better insulation, so it means that it's actually only chilly right now. So it actually can make some food happen, which is going to be great. Oh, the Book of Laws. Is there something specific that we should also see about? Okay, let's have a look into this. Our medical facility should be fully utilized even if we have to put the patients on the floor. After introducing this law, another one can be passed after 1 day and 12 hours. The capacity of medical facilities is doubled. Using the extra capacity will cause discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. All extra rations for the dead. We can feed sick people extra rations to help with their recovery. I can't. We don't have enough food for that. What about the care house? The gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at low cost in special homes. Like this would be way better. Would have been. I should have gotten to look into this a lot earlier. After introducing this law, another one can be passed. New building care house. The gravely ill are kept alive in care houses and no longer burden medical posts. Residents of care houses eat half as much. Hope will rise slightly. I think this is fine. Because if we have the care house, the gravely ill could be going there first and so on and forth. I should have just noticed to look into this earlier, because it would have helped a lot earlier. How much space does this take? Not a ridiculous amount. I think I can actually destroy this one, dismantle this building, and hopefully I could put it into here. But it might be that it's a little bit too small to actually fit into here. Well, it means more beds than food for the rest of us. They'll just have to hang on until we come up with something better. And there is actually an infirmary now. It just happens to be the case that, well, you know, Oh yeah, and I also had researched something more after already. Hothouse insulation is very good. So what about this? Hunters' huts will employ fewer people. Okay. Allows us to build hunters' hangars. Hunters based here hunt every night, venturing beyond the city to track their prey from the air. They will provide up to 30 raw food per day. That sounds pretty good. Healthcare insulation. Medical posts, infirmaries, houses of healing, and care houses will be warmer, +1 heat level. It's good enough or okay. Allows us to build a punk house. It could be a good thing to get into this, to be honest, and then just maybe even replace some of the buildings with this. Some of the dwellings future up. So let's research the punk house, I guess. Okay. Provide treatment is still a lot. Though. Care house. Ugh, it's so annoying. It's almost able to fit. Actually, I can fit it right here. I just can't fit it right into there, but that's fine enough. I can fit it into there. It's almost into the very center. It's fine. We'll get them there for the moment at least, then if they don't fit into the infirmary or into the medical outpost. And then the medical outpost can actually start healing people that it can heal. Amputees. You can store up to 900 gold storage limit. Yeah. When this limit is reached, gathering or extraction of a given type of resource will stop. To raise this limit, yes, understood. People may become amputees as a result of serious frostbite, work accidents, or mishaps, or after becoming gravely ill and being saved by radical treatment. The amputees can't work, but they still need to be housed and fed. Later in the game, you can research upgrades that will help you find a solution to this problem. Right. So 20 people per every care house, a capacity, and half iterations required. So that's okay enough. As SAS, our hope is just a lot lower than I would prefer it to be, but not sure I can do too much about that. Is this slowly going down, this override? Yeah, I think it is, because it's now 50%. If it goes less, yeah, it is slowly going lower. That's good to know. Care house promise fulfilled. The care house has been established in accordance with a new law, I mean. But okay, so. By law, all gravely ill and amputees will be given palliative treatment before we find a proper way to care for them. Yeah, that's a palliative care meant taking care in a palliative manner. This is very livable. Those staying in the care house will be given half rations. So, there's going to be a lot of people going into here for the moment. And I would assume that this should be able to then actually get to start working on treating people who need treatment, who are not gravely injured at all. And then this is still taking care of a lot of people, so we definitely at least started to get a lot better situation going on with taking care of the ill. I'm not sure if we'll able to get it in this time frame though, but yeah. How many people were able to live in this? Yeah, it's still 10, but at least it's those buildings, bunk houses would be warmer. So I could maybe just delete this just for that reason, so that we have warmer houses there after we build that or are able to get that researched. Considering it will probably just require wood, and that will be fine. One of our people died again though. Unfortunately. At least quite a lot of this should be able to get better soon. About a day, 20 hours. So that's definitely nonetheless better, and they are waiting here. And they are taking care of nonetheless 20 out of 20 inhabitants over there. And you are treating them for 13 and 12 hours. Get a move on, shops. There's still plenty of work to do. I've gotta hold on. Yes, hopefully you will. But yeah, definitely not a good situation right now, but I would definitely do things differently if I would be able to start over right now. So, okay, at least the bunk house has been researched, so that's okay. What next? Healthcare installation isn't necessarily necessary, considering we have it right close to our hub, so to speak. Flying hunters might be good, because we are still low on food. quite low on food. The range could be okay too, or the heaters maybe. But let's start with the flying hunters. We really are low on the food, so I think that will be a good choice to be working on, I'd say. But yeah, then I think I will just go on and dismantle all of this so we can build the actual better house in here. And that will also mean that it's not gonna be that chilly to live in. Sure, it does mean that it's not necessarily quite that... yeah. Well, we'll see. It's going to be still just for the same amount of people, but at least those 10 buildings should all be a little bit more comfortable to live in. And then we can maybe look into these buildings too later, but start from these, I'd say. For the moment, a lot of people are without housing, but it's gonna change soon enough. Bunkhouse, 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 and a bunkhouse then. I don't think this will count as actually building buildings for the people, but you know, at least they are warmer. Yes, a lot better, livable even in here. +2 to the building insulation, very low risk of getting ill, at least anymore. So, at least half of your citizens. So yes, I would need a little bit more. I could probably just build some more of these, at least a little bit into the next row too. I think it's okay. It's not perfect considering the fact that this will be a little bit further away, so it will be definitely colder. And I guess we are way too low on steel, but guess that's okay otherwise. Yeah, that's okay otherwise, I'd say. So flying hunters also have been researched, so that's nice. So how would the flying hunters exactly then work? Probably too like expensive right now, yeah, for the steel. Unfortunately, way too expensive. Is there anything that we can research without steel? Not really, at least here. Probably not a lot in these places either, to be honest. Well, we could do steam steelworks. I'll also see to build steam steelworks. Uses steam power to extract iron ore from deep deposits and process it quicker, delivering up to 7 steel per standard workday, so it wouldn't just be steelworks, but a little bit better. Steam coal dumper. We are pretty good in the coal deposit right now. We could try to be working on that maybe, just to have a little bit more resource deposit limit, because the coal is actually pretty much like full anyways for the moment. Everyone feels relieved with the roof, even a flapping one over their head. So at least some hope rises from that. Provide treatment for people, remaining 40, which is not gonna happen, I'm pretty much sure, but I'm trying to do my best on that front. Yeah, these all can require like 22 to a day of treatment time, so yeah. These are of course in the care house, and then the medical post is trying to take care of people. Of course the people that are here are gonna be treated quicker, which is good. It's definitely nonetheless a lot better situation right now. I'd say it's definitely a lot better situation than it was previously. Okay, so some new are actually going for treatment because some were taken care of. Gold homes. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the low temperatures. Yeah, I know. Let's hit some homes, I'd say. And then it could probably mean that we could destroy these and replace them with bunkhouses. Actually, even these bunkhouses that are on this row are still fine. They are still properly livable, so that's fine. We can just indeed start dismantling this and try to be starting to work on getting the bunkhouses. Sure, I probably won't be able to get them all right away, considering they probably also require some steel, but otherwise should be okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was doing my best. Ugh, that's a lot of hope going down. That is a lot of hope going down, which is not good. Certainly. And an adult died. One promise broken, one promise fulfilled at least. Resource depot upgrade research. That's decent enough. Not necessarily essential straight away, but decent. Okay. Let's see about building a little bit better structures into here. How much this one cost actually? A bank home? Yeah, 10 steel one, so it's a little bit expensive site for us to exactly be able to easily build these all. But at least one exchanged into a better one, which is still decent, but not as good as it would need to be, of course. At least all of these are very well warm, and these are warm just because of the fact that they are very close to the center, so that's okay-ish for now. At least I now know that bunkhouses are okay to be built a little bit further away, even easily enough, because they have enough insulation. +2 from the building insulation, and +2 from building insulation, when this is just the +1 from building insulation. At least this one is gonna be built, of course, 75 homeless, so that's a lot of people completely homeless. Now we have 20 in palliative care, alrighty, 22 children, 1 automaton, which of course is not without work, engineers, idle workshops. To be honest, maybe I should actually put the automaton right now into here. I think we need that more than this. So, automaton, you shall work here. We need steel, even more so right now. And then otherwise, 10 people working here, I think is fine. Because automaton even works all the time, and I need the steel right now way more than I need the wood. I have plenty of this. So that's not an issue right now, I'd say. Hope is really a little bit too low though, so this is really a pretty serious thing. 1 out of 2 homes though, so I only need to build another bunkhouse, and I think that will be good enough for promising having that doing what it needs, but more people are dying. I am trying to be treating this, guys, for sure, but unfortunately it just takes time. So what about you guys there? So weather station, there's nobody in this weather station, but everybody still seems to be operational, or everything still seems. We could try to find out what the scientists from Winterhome were working on. Says might provide. Well, let's see. Cream forecast from the weather station. We found scientists' notes. They predict that the great cold is going to get much worse. What's more troubling is that the observation ended abruptly months ago. There's also not a can of Spam, not even a crumb of bread left in the pantry. It's obvious they've moved out for good. We can see City of Winterhome from the roof of the weather station. Sites discover a coal mine and a winter home. Unless we got some resources, but I think we need to go and try to visit the winter home and see what's going to be happening there. Is it actually okay, or is it not? Of course, our hope is bad though. So what about you? Care house, a note of thanks. Someone has left a note at the care house. It reads, "Thank you. With all the work we have to do, it's so hard for families to properly care for an invalid. Places like this make life a little easier for us all. I'm glad I could help." Yay. At least. And then the search for other cities, abandoned station. The recent report from the weather station has got people talking. They're frightened that such an important facility was apparently abandoned. Some are starting to wonder whether the evacuation from London was a good idea. A few are lamenting openly. I knew we shouldn't have come. At least London had real houses, not tents and wooden shacks. Well, we'll have answers soon enough. Hope comes and hope goes, so to speak. Hope comes and hope goes. Well, maybe this is an okay spot to actually end for today. And just see how things will be proceeding then next time when we actually find the winter home. So, to winter home, I'd say, is for the next time, then see how that will exactly work out. So I hope you enjoyed some more Frostpunk, and I shall see you next time with more. See you soon. Bye bye.